Alright, I am Casino Heist, and this is what my voice sounds like. Welcome back to Her Story. Let's see, where were we last time? Last time we were about to investigate the mystery of the missing tattoo. Let's see if that gives us anything. Yes, it does. Let's see.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar.
Not him.
Down here, near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off with the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
So that was before a long time ago. Must have been a very long time ago. Okay, so that tells us nothing about her, but let's see, in the next one it looks like she's pointing to her arm, so let's see it.
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
It's an apple and a snake. Well, man, if either of those things were loaded with any kind of meaning, then I guess we'd have something, but they are devoid of any symbolism. Apple and snake are maybe the most conceptually inert things you could possibly have on your arm, so that gives us nothing. Let's continue.
So I moved out. Got a small bed set. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
Okay, well, I guess if she doesn't exist, she can't possibly have killed Simon, so that might clear her of suspicion.
He saw me singing one of my shows. Pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
Okay, so we know from earlier videos that the woman's name is Hannah, but that is not the palindromic name that you would guess from seeing an apple and a snake on someone's arm. So let's go down that rabbit hole, shall we? Okay, looks like, and we have, looks like she has 2 cups here, gets blackout drunk on whatever's in them. This will be an interesting sequence. Let's see what happens.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid, and she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we have 7 entries. Yeah, I do like that that little puzzle it gives you with like first noticing the tattoo, searching for the tattoo, and then knowing to search for Eve. I'm sure there are other ways to get to, well, whatever it is we're chasing down here. So, I mean, I think you're probably with me on this, but yeah. So this, the person in this interview said, this person guessed her name from her tattoo. That's Eve. This person claims to be Hannah. So, twins or multiple identities or something.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach. And I held her head under and I kept it out. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up after. It was a love-hate relationship.
Wow, that is definitely the sort of information you want to offer up freely in a police interview that is not related to that incident. Whew. Is very open with her personal history, this Hannah. I suppose this is Hannah.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off. I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off.
So Eve, I don't know, I mean the tattoo does point to them being genuinely two different people, but with, identical appearances. But, that whole blaming stuff on Eve thing makes me think maybe it's sort of a family circus, not me sort of character. Like Eve may be like a blobby ghost with her name printed on the front of her body. Let's see what this is all about. I know.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Oh. That, I don't know Morse code, but, that seems like maybe it could have been? Let's see, and we have two cups here for the duality of self, and then one cup in this video for when they become dissociated. I've cracked the case is what I'm saying. Alright, let's see. One cup in this one.
My mother called me Eve.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Let's see, did she... No, okay, she never claimed to be Hannah, because she was talking about being, having her name guessed from her tattoo, so that's consistent. Nowhere in this interview, as far as we know, does she claim to be called Hannah. Let's try Morse code? No, nothing. Okay, how about just tapping? All right, that's something.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Dad thought we had mice, but we couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Yeah, mice, known for their rhythmic tapping. Well, let's see. That didn't really get us anywhere. You know what? Mentioned a cat, searching for cat. Alright, yeah, that ain't nothing.
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Hold on, I'm gonna listen to that again.
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Okay, there's... Yeah, I don't think we have enough context to understand that.
No, no cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
So that's... Okay, well, clearly they're talking about somebody getting in or out of a house there. Let's see.
This other person doesn't exist.
Oh, good.
I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Okay, cat does seem to be getting us somewhere. We'll look for blonde wig next, but...
We loved our cat, Domino. He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, they say that twins sometimes have secret languages with each other. Probably even easier when you're the same person, if that is indeed the case. Anyway, what's this wig all about? 7? Okay. Man, I still have not even tried venturing into searching for more than one term at once, but I'm still finding new stuff. So... Until I really have to dig, let's just keep up with this.
A wig? You mean... What type of wig?
A blonde wig. Maybe I could search for blonde wig after I exhaust these.
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Wait, you keep asking, like... You asked 2 times, like, what type of wig? Why won't he just tell you what kind of wig it is?
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
Oh. Okay, so that's me. Caucasian, kind of forlorn looking. That's the guy who is trying to figure out this mystery. Okay, so yeah, so Hannah got pregnant, and Eve here decided that meant she needed to be pregnant as well. That kind of seems like a short-term solution, since you end up with 2 kids either way. Well, yeah, you end up with 2 kids, and that's, you know, not... I guess you could pass them off as like twins or something. I don't know. It's not the best plan, but it seems like she was in a weird situation.
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing and she tore it off. Eventually we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Nope. Yeah, there. That's me again. So yeah, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. Yeah, we get it. So see, now their mistake was, like, if you get into that kind of brawl with yourself, what you're supposed to do is start a fight club. Or, I mean, you know what? Actually, I'm going to give them some credit. Maybe they did start a fight club and they're just, you know, following Rule 1 and Rule 2 of Fight Club. And, you know, so clearly it wouldn't be. They'd stay relatively mum about it. Let's try blonde wig. No, that's nothing. Okay. Well, not totally sure where to go from here. So I feel like we've got some insight into the whole identity thing. Maybe not an answer, but some insight. So let's kind of swing back towards the actual murder case. Or, well, no, okay, murder. We know murder. But I was thinking weapon.